Welcome back to the Zors Gaming. This is Gumptendo, and we're about to go over Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition Affinity charts. So before we start on here, just want to let you know this will have spoilers in it, so even though this game is like 10 years old, if you're not wanting anything to be spoiled, then just tossing the warning out there. Okay, so the point of this one, we're not going to go all through all the math and everything on here. We're just going to kind of cover the basics on here for the affinity, just to kind of make a few things make sense. So when you go to the chart, right there in the middle, your party affinity. If you look at this, you have each of the characters, and it shows like the friendliness towards each of them. Of course, each color on there corresponds to a different level of the happiness, but one of the main things to look at on here, each character has likes and dislikes over on the left side. And like right there, Ryan, energy, aubergines is a likes, and he dislikes fruit. Melia likes flowers, dislikes insects. So the easiest way to make this affinity go up on here is by giving gifts. So if you press Y, you can choose who will give a present. So let's say, how about Ryan will give a present. So here we go. As you can see, I've already been through a lot of these to kind of see, hey, that's thunder, to kind of see what each of these characters like. So what you do is you just start giving a bunch of these things that you have extras of, which I've kind of run out of a lot of extras on here. Now, one of the issues that you can run into on here is, yes, you can add the hearts on there, but there are also some things, if you go, I have it sorted by likes on here, so if you go near the bottom of this, it's going to take a while. Okay. So these are negatives on here, so that would cause them to not like each other as much. And one thing to look at with the affinity when you're giving the presents like this, it's a two-way street. So, I mean, Ryan is giving them to Melia, and they are both getting the benefit from affinity on there. So it's not a one-way street with the affinity. So there we go, with those large mangoes, we just finally hit the next level there, so now they are friendlier towards each other, and just to go into what that does with the extra levels. If you go into the skill tree, then you have Ryan, you do the skill links, he has an extra slot open with Melia. So each time that you go up another level, you get another slot open for the affinity levels. And you use the affinity coins in here, which you get those by there are various different things. One of them it's killing the named monsters, one of them it's leveling your characters up, so which he doesn't have enough affinity coins to get anything else through here. But that means she also has the extra slot. So probably for her, we'll just increase her health just for fun. Now, some of the other ways to increase the affinity between characters, it's by doing quests or by doing combat. So when you're in a battle and you help out another ally, or you have one of those checks where you have to hit B at a certain time, just different things like that, then it helps out with increasing their affinity between each other. And then the final type of thing that helps out for affinity, which it can either help it or it can ruin the affinity, it's viewing heart to heart. So these ones, depending on how you answer it between each character when you find the heart to heart, then yeah, you can cause them to dislike each other a little bit, or you can cause them to like each other more. And then the final item that actually helps out with Affinity is gem crafting. So we'll just toss some weapon power ones in here just for fun. So on here, if I choose, we'll choose him. And based on the affinity level with each character, you have a different amount of turns that you can craft. So strong flame, he's not that great with that one. This probably wasn't the best option here. How about gem crafting process happens twice in a row? You know, that sounds fun. We'll just see what happens with this one.
I've got it!
Ricky, want to play?
To me!
Yeah!
This is a good result!
Okay, so that pretty much covers the party affinity chart. So then, as you see, there are the different settlements around the outside. Now, once again, we're not really going to go into everything with all of the different characters, but I mean, if you move around, you can see, hey, this character is friends with someone, they like this one. So many no-pawns. So, go through here and you can kind of see each one, see what time they're active, but once again, that's not as important with the affinity chart if you don't really... If you're just trying to increase the affinity, the only thing that helps is that time active, finding them so you can talk to them for quests. So when you get affinity up for a settlement, what happens is the trade section over here, where you see profile but then you see trade, you actually get additional items that can open up that you can trade for. Which some of these things, there are quite a few where they may be quest items later on in the game or things to help build Colony 6 that help out, so you can kind of look through here, try to find the item on there just to help out with getting those quests done. And then a couple of the other things with colonies, as your affinity goes up, there are more quests available, but some of the quests may not visibly be on the map. You'll have to go around. I'd recommend every time that you have a star level go up, you should probably go back and talk to everyone in the city at the different times of the day, which some characters are there in the morning, some are there in the night, some are only there in the afternoon, some are only like very early morning, so you may have to adjust the time quite a bit and go around and talk to quite a few people just to try to get other quests opened up. But as you talk to people, that can make them happy and it increases your affinity. Or as you talk to them, it can open up other quests because, like, about Zane may say, "Oh, have you heard of Talia? You should go talk to them. They're trying to find like a necklace or something." So then that actually opens up a quest for Talia, and then you can go and talk to Talia and have a new quest line open up. And doing quests, that increases the affinity quite a bit for settlements. So what we'll do is kind of go, I'll show how the trade option works on here. And so if you look on the map up above, anyone that you can, or in the top right corner, anyone that you can interact with is actually like lit up on the map as a color. So we have a green dot right over here. There we go. It's Sylvianne, who I've actually done quite a few quests for. And you have the option of either talking or trading. So if you press Y for trade, it says you get a trading bonus, and you can see what they have to offer. So leggings, there's gems, collectibles, and materials. So each thing has a trade value on it, and it also tells how many that you currently have. So if I wanted a quality Antol jaw, then I'd choose that, and you have these trade values. So the quality Antol jaw is 1,510. And anytime you go there's a certain amount over the actual value, then they actually feel bad and they'll give you an additional item. So there you go. I have a goggle horn that I don't even know if I pronounce that right, but I'll just say goggle horn. So if I trade that, so I'm getting something worth quite a bit less than that horn that I'm trading. So I take that, and there you go. She feels bad for it, and she gives an additional item, a caterpillar silk. So trading, like I said, it can definitely help out with trying to rebuild Colony 6. Some of the things you'll have to either look at the affinity chart to see if someone offers what you need, or even just look it up online. There are plenty of guides online that can help with that. And then one more thing to go over with the affinity. Now, I noticed, especially with the with these no pawns, there are quite a few of these quests where you have to make a choice at some point, and depending on what choice you make, it will make it so different NPCs may like you, they may dislike you. You may actually lose some points, but you'll pick up more quests, or there's just a variety of things that can happen based on the choice quests that you can do. And I know I said the last thing was one more thing, but there's actually another thing to go over, because there's quite a bit with all of this. After you unlock certain levels on the affinity charts, the different areas may have special quest lines for characters that unlock additional skill trees for each year's, which I'm missing one of hers, but and one of his, but okay, so I'm still missing 2 of them, so I still need to work a little harder and get it. I haven't gone in New Game Plus mode. I'm still wanting to hit max level and finish up the affinity chart and finish up skill trees, but I've just been kind of slacking, doing more Animal Crossing and stuff. So I think that just about covers the basics with this. Hopefully I explained it well enough, kind of showed the menus where different things are. And I mean, if anyone has any questions, feel free to leave a message in the comment or anything. And I mean, even if I mess something up, pronounce something incorrectly, then as long as I don't call Dunban Duncan. And I'm hoping to get a few more of these things like the tutorial videos out. This whole pandemic hasn't been that great as far as being able to get videos out and do streaming. So hopefully, since just got my streaming equipment and desktop set back up, then might be able to do this a little more often. Wanting to also get some more of the indie videos out there, because there are quite a few nice indie games I played recently. But as far as this, there are quite a few tutorials I can still do for Xenoblade Chronicles, and even for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, or for Torna, or just any of those things. It's I mean, if anyone wants to even learn anything about Xenoblade Chronicles X, I saw the Wii U. Just please let me know in the comments what you're wanting to know next, and I will work on that. And no good cliffs to jump off here, so thank you for watching. Have a nice day.